When you read a headline like that, your heart skips a beat and your thumb freezes in mid-scroll. Once more, just to be certain, is it actually happening? The internet went into complete chaos as the rumor mill spiraled out of control, with hashtags like #Team Hailey and #Justice for Hailey lighting up social media platforms worldwide. However, behind those seemingly perfect Instagram stories and immaculately styled couple appearances, there's a deeper story unfolding that's far more raw, emotional, and real than any carefully edited post can capture. Justin Bieber is accused of cheating on Hailey Bieber, and she is seen crying with her friends. The sheer shock of it all feels like something from a dramatic TV show, and if you're sitting there trying to process it, you're definitely not alone. Isn't just another brief episode of celebrity drama. Rather, it's a thorough and emotional breakdown of a marriage that has been scrutinized from the beginning. Before we go any further, just a friendly reminder that liking and subscribing to our channel is totally free and helps us continue to provide you with content like this. At first look, everything appeared normal, at least on the surface. It started with a low-quality shot, but every detail is important, so be sure to stick with us through to the conclusion. In the digital world we live in, it only took a puzzled Instagram caption and a single tweet that suggested something more than it should have. That's the equivalent of finding lipstick smudged on a shirt collar, and then the rumors started to spread like wildfire. Private messages and leaked video clips started to circulate online, and sleuths, particularly those on TikTok, started piecing together the details like internet detectives with only time and Wi-Fi. And soon, Justin Bieber's name was being linked to the word cheating, raising alarms for fans everywhere. Let's take a moment to reflect. This didn't happen overnight. If you've been following Justin and Hailey for a few months, you've probably noticed a change in the way things felt. Fans started to notice subtle, unsettling signs, such as their energy felt off, the way they looked at each other seemed strained, and the warmth at public events had cooled noticeably. Even the anniversary posts, which had previously been overflowing with affection, suddenly felt a little too vague, a little too generic. As a result, when accusations of infidelity hit the public eye, it didn't feel like a shocking turn. Rather, it felt like the puzzle pieces were finally falling into place. It always starts with a photo. The original post was captioned with just 3 words, "Caught you bibs." This time the image featured Justin Bieber at a late-night LA club. The lighting was low, and the atmosphere was intimate. His arm was casually slung around a woman who was definitely not Hailey, the real killer. The woman was rumored to be someone Hailey had known for years, a friend. Although it was quickly removed, the internet remembers it for minutes. Twitter users, particularly X users and TikTokers, were in full-fledged investigation mode, enlarging pixelated pictures, tattoo comparison, examining reflections in the backdrop. People approached the situation as though it were a forensic puzzle. One user said that they could identify the lady as one of Hailey's closest friends from high school by matching a tattoo on Justin's wrist, proving it was him. The whole thing quickly got out of hand and was undoubtedly messy, and then there were the real-life repercussions. Hailey Bieber, who is typically the epitome of poise and calm, was spotted the following morning in West Hollywood looking far from okay. Her big sunglasses couldn't cover up the puffiness around her eyes, and astute fans noticed that she wasn't wearing her signature diamond ring. Days later, what should have been a straightforward Instagram live session promoting her skincare brand took an unexpected turn in the middle of the stream. Her tone changed, her voice faltered, and she paused, looked down, and abruptly ended the stream with a quiet trembling. "I just can't right now." Millions of people watched the little video in a matter of minutes. And people weren't just watching out of curiosity. They were feeling it deeply. One user wrote, "We're witnessing someone break in real time," while another said, "Protect Hailey at all costs." Shortly after, followers noticed a silent but telling move. Hailey started unfollowing people, not influencers or strangers, who had attended her bridal party. These women were two of her closest friends, who had previously shared late-night group photos and wifey goals selfies. Suddenly, they disappeared from her social media, their comments disappeared, and their pictures were untagged. In a world where emotional presence frequently equates with digital presence, silence speaks loud and clear. Zooming out, this rumored betrayal has been coming for a long time. Consider the 2023 rumors that they were taking some time apart, or the painfully honest 2024 interview, in which Justin described their marriage as more complicated and difficult than I had anticipated. At the time, many dismissed it as a couple going through normal growing pains, because after all, marriage is hard for everyone. But when you start to piece together the clues that Justin struggles with mental health, Hailey's subliminal messages about healing and solitude, the fact that they were attending events separately more frequently, and the fact that they were attending events separately, it begins to feel like a pattern rather than a coincidence. Even body language experts have analyzed their public interactions, pointing out forced smiles, inflexible stance, and averted gaze. This is considerably more serious than fan conjecture. Hollywood couples splitting up isn't particularly newsworthy anymore. It's practically a given. But Hailey and Justin were supposed to be different. They were the second chance story. He picked her after years of heartbreak with Selena, and he talked openly about faith, therapy, and growth, leading people to believe that real love, messy love, could be saved and strengthened. This hurts not just for them, but also for every fan who saw themselves in their story, and for everyone who has ever hoped that past pain could somehow lead to present peace. This is why it feels more difficult for Hailey, because she can't just fall apart in private. Instead, she is a brand, a face, and a trend. Though many close to her claim that she is genuinely struggling, and that some days she is utterly numb, others she is obsessed with rage. And who can really blame her? Every tear she drops becomes a headline, and every quiet becomes conjecture. It's devastating enough when your spouse betrays you, but when someone you once considered a friend betrays you, it's an entirely new type of hurt that makes you doubt every memory, every moment, and every decision. She is now withdrawing to a safer place, spending more time with her family, relying heavily on therapy, and limiting her social circle to only people she can truly trust. Her life is quieter and more private, and she is not posting on social media anymore. This is self-preservation, not a PR tactic. However, let's answer the question that everyone is asking. Did Justin really cheat? The fact is that we are unsure because there isn't any concrete evidence or a verified claim yet. Though their agents have been silent, sometimes quiet speaks louder than denial. Some people think that it was a mistake, a misconstrued embrace, or a deceptive angle. Justin hasn't publicly replied, and Hailey hasn't either. Some people are positive it's the culmination of a relationship that has been gradually deteriorating for years. But in any case, you can sense something is wrong. Social media reacted passionately as usual, and within hours of the initial rumor spreading, TikTok was overrun with response videos. Some people examined every post, lyric, and timeline, formulating intricate hypotheses. Others just wept over the death of a marriage they genuinely believed in. But one comment that caught everyone's attention was that Hailey had received so much support. People observed her suffering and said, "She deserves peace, not this."
You don't have to be on Team Hailey to experience this heartbreak, as another viral post aptly put it. Now, we are waiting impatiently to see what will happen next, whether they decide to patch things up or part ways. Because this is a turning point not only for their marriage, but also for their public persona, sense of trust, and how the world perceives them. Hailey now has two options. In the end, isn't just a story about two celebrities. It's about loved loss, betrayal, and the flimsy hope of healing. It's about that heartbreaking moment when the illusion breaks and you're left staring at the remnants of something you thought would be better. Whether she decides to rebuild from the ashes or walk away and start over, one thing is certain. She's entering a new chapter stronger, wiser, perhaps freer. As for Justin, he has a lot of self-reflection to do, not only for the sake of his wife, but also for his own healing and his future. Last forever. Yes, Hailey Bieber may have cried, she may have fallen apart in the public eye, but she's not broken, she's transforming, and maybe that's the real endure forever. Indeed. Despite her tears and public breakdown, Hailey Bieber is not broken. Rather, she's... This story is far from over, and never forget that behind every headline is a real human heart trying to heal. It's the kind of headline that makes you pause mid-scroll, your thumb hovering in disbelief. You read it once, then again, thinking, surely you misunderstood. Perhaps that's the true story here, not the scandal, the strength. What do you think? Is this the final collapse of a once promising love story? Or just another painful lesson in a complicated journey with chapters left to write? The internet went crazy as whispers turned into roars, as hashtags like #TeamHailey and #Justice for Hailey swept across social media platforms, sparking debates and evoking strong emotions around the world. However, as we sift through the layers of carefully manicured Instagram photos and seemingly flawless date night attire, one can't help but wonder what's really going on behind the scenes of Hollywood's most dissected celebrity couple. Justin Bieber was caught cheating on Hailey and was seen crying with her friends. Prepare yourself, because what comes next isn't just another pointless gossip reel. Rather, it's a deep dive into the emotional whirlwind that has rocked the foundation of Justin and Hailey Bieber's well-publicized marriage. Before we go any further, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video. It's totally free. And stay until the very end so that we can keep producing the content you enjoy. Now let's get back to the drama. It started innocently enough, or at least initially, with a blurry photo, a suspicious Instagram caption, and a single tweet that read, "Just enough to set things in motion." In today's digital world, that's equivalent to spotting lipstick on a collar or a mysterious text at 2 a.m. Suddenly, private messages were leaked, old videos resurfaced, and internet detectives on TikTok and Twitter began piecing things together with the intensity of crime scene investigators they analyzed. Every post zoomed in on images enhanced, the lighting matched jewelry, compared placements, and even dissected reflections in sunglasses. What started as a whisper snowballed into a full-on investigation with Justin Bieber and cheating scandal trending side by side. But to truly understand how we got here, we need to rewind the tape, because this didn't come out of nowhere for months. Fans have been picking up on subtle signs. The energy between Justin and Hailey shifted smiles, looked forced. Their appearances together became less frequent, and when they did appear, the warmth was noticeably absent. Their anniversary posts, once full of passion and gratitude, began to sound more like formalities than love letters. And then came the photo. It always starts with a single grainy blink and you miss it. Image that flips the internet upside down. This time it was Justin in a dimly lit LA lounge, his arm wrapped around a woman who definitely wasn't Hailey, the woman allegedly one of Hailey's longtime friends. Popular posts, now deleted captions said, "Only free chilling moments. Cut you bibs. Was it a prank? Was it taken out of context? Was it real?" We're being technical. Internet couldn't stop for reasons. X and Reddit went into overdrive as users examined every last detail, including drink orders, nail paint, jewelry, tattoos, and backdrops. The real deal came the next day when Hailey, who was always a picture of poise and sophistication, was spotted walking alone in West Hollywood with oversized sunglasses that couldn't hide the puffiness around her eyes. Eagle-eyed fans noticed something else. The diamond ring, her signature engagement piece, was gone. And soon after, during what was supposed to be a casual Instagram live promoting her skincare line, murmurs turned into alarm bells. One TikTok user insisted that they exactly matched Justin's wrist tattoo, while another claimed the mystery woman had been photographed with Hailey during high school. This is messy AF. Unexpectedly, Hailey's tone shifted, her voice broke, and she quickly halted the live stream by whispering, "I just can't right now." "She's falling apart, and we're witnessing it," one user said, while another just stated, "Protect Hailey at all costs." The 10-second video went viral, with people not just watching, but profoundly involved. Then followed the digital hush, Well, a very purposeful cleanse, not quite silence. Two of Hailey's closest Instagram friends, who had previously served as bridesmaids at her wedding and were regularly mentioned in her posts and stories, were unfollowed. Fans said they had recently been spotted hanging out with Justin, and the girls' night selfies and captions were like wifey goals. Let's take a moment to reflect that this alleged cheating scandal isn't just a sudden explosion. It's the culmination of a slow burn that's been simmering beneath the surface for quite some time. In 2023, there were quiet rumors that the couple was taking a break, and in 2024, Justin described their marriage as complicated and harder than I thought during an interview. At the time, we dismissed it because, after all, every relationship has its challenges, especially when scrutinized closely. However, when you start piecing together Justin's public struggles with his mental health, it becomes clear that the unspoken message was loud and clear that trust had been broken. Even body language experts have weighed in, analyzing footage from red carpet appearances and pointing out stiff shoulders, lack of eye contact, crossed arms, and fake smiles. Hailey's cryptic posts about healing and solitude, their growing distance at public events, and the lack of genuine intimacy have caused a sudden change in the picture. This isn't just fan fiction, it's observation based on behavior. We've seen celebrity couples fail before. It's practically Hollywood tradition, but Hailey and Justin were meant to be different. Their love story was promoted as redemptive, a symbol of healing after heartbreak. He chose her over the chaos of his past, and they talked about growing through pain, evolving through faith, and redefining love on terms. Their fans believed in them not just as celebrities, but as a couple who represented the possibility of overcoming the messiness of life, which is why it hurts so much. It's not just tabloid fodder, it's a gut-wrenching experience for those who saw their own experiences reflected in Hailey's quiet strength and Justin's search for peace. Now, it feels like watching someone you care about fall apart in real time. Hailey isn't just grieving a relationship, she's grappling with betrayal, not only from a partner, but also from close friends. That kind of pain doesn't just sting, it destabilizes your entire reality. According to sources close to her, Hailey has withdrawn from the public scene. She's staying with family, leaning on therapy, and surrounding herself with only the most trusted members of her inner circle. The influencer brunches and social media shoots have taken a backseat these days. Her reality is reportedly filled with quiet walks, digital detoxes, and a lot of introspection. Her social media silence isn't just a strategy, it's self-preservation. But here's the million-dollar question. Did Justin actually cheat? There's no undeniable proof, at least not yet. Neither Justin nor Hailey has publicly addressed the rumors. Their representatives have maintained radio silence. And while there's been no official statement, the public doesn't necessarily need one. In the court of public opinion, silence often speaks louder than denial. Some fans are still holding out hope that this was all a misunderstanding, a moment captured from the incorrect perspective. A warm embrace became the subject of a tabloid story. Whatever the truth, there is no denying that something is broken, and as usual, the internet reacted angrily. Some believe that a disgruntled ex-friend stirring up trouble is the inevitable breakdown of a relationship that has been strained for far too long. TikTok and Instagram were flooded with tearful reaction videos. Conspiracy theories, timelines of the couple's history, and lyric breakdowns of old Justin songs. But beyond the frenzy, one sentiment rose to the top: support for Hailey. Comments poured in by the thousands. Give her peace, read one. Even if you're not Team Hailey, this pain is real. Said another, because at the end of the day, this isn't just about pop culture. It's about real human emotions. Now the world holds its breath, waiting to see what Hailey will do next. Will she stay and rebuild? Will she walk away to protect her peace? Either way, she's standing at a crossroads. No matter her choice, she's not the same woman she was before this. She's stronger, wiser, and maybe, just maybe, freer. And Justin, he
got his own reckoning to face, not just as a husband, but as a man. He needs to reflect, grow, and figure out who he wants to be, not just in public, but in private too. This story at its core isn't just about two celebrities entangled in drama. It's about anyone who's ever loved deeply and lost painfully. It's about betrayal, heartbreak, and the quiet strength required to keep going when everything feels like it's falling apart. Though the headlines may fade, the conversation and the emotions behind it are far from over. Keep in mind that behind every clickbait story and viral post, there is a human heart still learning how to heal. Hailey may have cried and may have broken down, but she is still rebuilding herself piece by piece. Perhaps that is the real story here. Not the scandal, but the survival. Now we turn the question to you. Was this the final break in a fragile fairy tale, or just another painful step in a relationship still trying to grow? Let us know what you think in the comments section below.